So I know the title of the video is a little funny. It says Princess Jasmine versus Captain Marvel, but this weekend we learned that both Captain Marvel and Princess Jasmine are coming to life in live action, one in movie and one in television, but still I think it's pretty big news from the Disney company nonetheless. So the first thing we'll discuss is Brie Larson being officially confirmed as Captain Marvel, and then we'll talk about Karen David coming to Once Upon a Time as Princess Jasmine. So I have to say, I am kind of disappointed that Marvel slash Disney chose Brie Larson to be um, Captain Marvel. And the reason why I say disappointed, and don't get me wrong, I think Brie Larson probably will be very, very good in the role. I feel that Marvel generally picks the best person to do the role. But for some reason, I was so gun ho about either Emily Blunt or Charlize Theron to be Captain Marvel that this just really took me by surprise, and I still haven't 100% recovered from that letdown, I guess. Now, I know Emily Blunt is working on Mary Poppins, and Charlize Theron has a ton of projects. I believe she's going to be doing a Fast and Furious 8 very, very soon, or not Fast and Furious 8, another Mad Max Fury Road. There's a bunch of movies as far as I know that she has in line. I could be wrong about some sequels that she's in, but I know that she has a lot of work coming for her. Emily Blunt has some work cut out for her too. Actually, this year she has a movie called Girl on the Train coming out in October. That's most likely done filming since it's coming out in October, but that looks absolutely stunning. So I really felt that Emily Blunt and Charlize Theron would have made a very strong Captain Marvel because I feel that due to their appearance in The Huntsman Winter's War, they have very good experience with visual effects, and I feel that they also kind of fit the personality of Captain Marvel as well. I just did a little research on her personality. I haven't seen her too much in the animated fashion. I believe I saw her in the Superhero Squad show a couple years ago. But from what I've read, I really feel that Emily Blunt and Charlize Theron could very much own the role of Captain Marvel. However, Brie Larson has a very, 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 very good track record. The Room was quite a great movie that she starred in. She also kind of plays like the straight laced character, and like for example in Trainwreck, she was like the straight laced friend opposite Amy Schumer, or the sister. I kind of forget. All I know is that she was like more of a serious person, and Captain Marvel is known to be kind of humorous. So it'll be interesting to see that side of her. But she has Chris Evans' full support for being Captain Marvel, and if Chris Evans supports it, I support it. I'm from Boston. Chris Evans is from Boston, and I totally, totally, totally can get on board with Brie Larson being Captain Marvel. I just still have to get over the disappointment that it's not Emily Blunt or Charlize Theron. Now, I'm really curious what you guys have to say about Captain Marvel being Brie Larson, or reverse that, or Brie Larson being cast as Captain Marvel, because I just feel a lot of us thought Emily Blunt would be it. So that was the big news coming out of Comic-Con for Marvel in terms of movies besides the Doctor Strange trailer. I believe they released some Guardians of the Galaxy stuff, but I didn't see anything of anything like that. I do know that they're releasing a Guardians of the Galaxy logo, but other than that, I don't have too much information on Marvel besides Doctor Strange. But overall, I'm happy that it's Brie Larson. I think she will do well. I have total faith in Marvel and Disney for her. It's shocking. But if Chris Evans supports it, I support it. So the next thing to talk about is Karen David has been cast as Princess Jasmine in Once Upon a Time. Now, she wasn't in any of the sneak peeks that we got during the Comic-Con run. Granted, we only did get one sneak peek and 2 trailers, which was kind of unfortunate because I was expecting a Jasmine sneak peek at one point. But Karen David's coming as Jasmine. And Karen David's, for one thing, super pretty. I think she just kind of has that ethnic glow that Jasmine definitely has. Now, my only experience with Karen David is seeing her on Gallivant, and I watched both seasons of Gallivant, and I thought she did spectacular in that. It showed that she can sing, but Once Upon a Time is a musical. But if it was, Jasmine is a singer. She sings A Whole New World. She sings a bunch of songs in Aladdin 2 and Aladdin 3, and in the Princess Jasmine sequel or little side story that she has with Princess Aurora. So the singing is just a another resume boost, I should say. So she can sing. She has the look, and I think that she will be very, very, very good as Jasmine. Once Upon a Time is known for casting sometimes no-name actors or actors with less on their resume to essentially get a very pivotal role and get them exposed to the mainstream audience. Now, Karen David had already been exposed to the mainstream audience thanks to Gallivant. Gallivant had the work of Alan Menken, and I believe Byron Howard, one of the writers of Tangled, worked on Gallivan as well. So either way, she got the exposure. She proved that she can act in in like the medieval setting of wearing those outfits. She proved that she could be comedic and also serious. And I think that Once Upon a Time is going in the right direction with Karen David to be Princess Jasmine. I actually very much struggle to think of who could even be in like my top 5 choices to be a Princess Jasmine. So I'm really happy that Once picked Karen. I think this is a very, very, very good call. So the next thing to quickly discuss is Denzi. I have his name and I can't say it properly. It's Denzi Akanzenzi. I'm so sorry if I butchered his name. Has been cast as Aladdin. Now, I have his resume up here. And by resume, I pulled his Wikipedia page. And he's been in a couple films. He was in Puppy, Tomorrow, When the War Began, April Rain, I, Frankenstein, The Water Diviner. And then he's been in a couple shows: As the Bell Rings, Kristen, Christmas Pass, Graceland, Perception, Jessie, and Code Black. Now, having been on Jessie, he's worked with Disney. So that's most likely how he heard about the Once Upon a Time audition to be Aladdin. And he's relatively no name because I haven't seen any of the work that he's been in. I don't watch Jessie. And I never saw I, Frankenstein, Young Frankenstein. Yeah, I, Frankenstein. I never saw I, Frankenstein either, so I really don't have any experience with him. At least I have the experience of Karen David to know that she will own the role of Jasmine. So I'm really curious to see how Denzi will do as Aladdin. In the sneak peek, he barely spoke. He did facial acting, which is, when an actor just has to be very expressive with his face. And I think he did well there. And, Once Upon a Time really impressed me with Elizabeth Lail, and I really am looking forward to seeing how they can essentially do the Lail spinoff with Denzi. And last thing to quickly note, we already know how he looks, is Oded Fehr has replaced Naveen Andrews to be Jafar. Now, Oded Fehr is a fantastic actor. If you liked him in The Mummy, he's, as a good character, he's fantastic there. And if you love him as Zanku in Charmed, he was about, I think, 12 or 7 episodes as Zanku in season 7. He was very, very good there and plays evil so well. As to Jafar and Aladdin and even Jasmine's role in Once Upon a Time, I don't really know the extent of it, but I am very much looking forward to seeing Oded own own Jafar, and essentially probably own Aladdin. I really am looking forward to seeing his interactions with the Serum Evil Queen. I think that'll be excellent. Like I said, I think Oded just is able to do evil very, very well. Not that he's Middle Eastern, but Mads Mikkelsen, but he's going from television to movies now. He's going to be in Doctor Strange. I did a review of the Doctor Strange trailer, and we can talk about Strange there. He would have been a very, very good villain, but he wouldn't really make a great Jafar. I'm not really sure who he could be on Once Upon a Time, but he also is awesome as an evil character. So Oded Fehr, Denzi, and Karen David to be in Once Upon a Time as the Aladdin trio, which is exciting, and Brie Larson has been cast as Captain Marvel. So 2 very prominent characters from the Aladdin was an animated movie, but Captain Marvel is a comic book. But 2 animated or drawn characters are coming to life in the big screen, and I'm curious to see, small screen sort of for Aladdin, but if you're, you know what I mean. They're coming to life. They're coming to live action, and I'm really curious to see what you guys have to say about this in the comments below. So thank you so much for tuning in. Comic-Con was awesome to cover this year. I had a really great time talking about Justice League and Wonder Woman and some Once Upon a Time stuff. So this is my last video essentially dealing with Comic-Con news. So we'll talk real soon in the comments below, and I'll try to get some videos out this week. Bye, guys.